electric vehicles take-up has been huge in China compared to the rest of the world. Tree planting, although there's a big debate over it, has been large as well as huge solar panels in places like Xinjiang and stuff. What would you say are the best examples from China's experience and also the worst?
Well, it's very difficult at this moment. If we put down whatever China has been doing, pretty much a pioneering clean energy revolution, as we were talking about here, somehow you put all the efforts actually in the context of the extreme heat waves we're experiencing, flooding, droughts, everything, wildfires there as well. Somehow it's not adequate. So we were talking about a lot about reduction of emissions, mitigation side. I think adaptation, you mentioned a couple of times there, more than ever, I think adaptation, resilience have already been lifted up to the really high level of agenda at this moment because we're living in it already. Governments, business, society have to figure out actually how to become more resilient, actually, right. Protect themselves. So one highlight from China, back in mid-June, Chinese government released something called the China Climate Adaptation Resilience Strategy 2035. This is the first of its kind in the country, probably rare in the world, in the other parts of the world as well, really investing in adaptation and resilience at the core part of the national agenda. Hopefully somehow through that process, we'll be able somehow to minimize the costs and the losses in that process, short-term, medium-term. Hopefully somehow in the longer term, we'll be able to manage to reduce the emissions.
That's quite brave, isn't it? Because, in a Western democracy, that would be considered an admission of failure. If you came out with a paper like that, that would get you less votes.
Absolutely.
But is it an admission, essentially, that we are already adapting and mitigating, even though everyone's trying to work towards a greener planet?
Yeah, China definitely has been leading, already taking the first step. But as I said, yes, we will be able to have more capability to gather more data, to do early warning, to do forecasting, whatever, to take many even preventive actions there somehow. Whatever we're doing today, if you look at the losses and the costs, we just wouldn't be able to meet up with the challenge. Generally speaking, China on average every year lost about 2.5% of its GDP to those extreme weather events or disasters there. That's huge. That means we have to take more attention, actually pay more attention to climate change, really reduce the emissions as much as possible in the meantime to enhance our resilience.